And talking about you and big stories, I know you're probably sick of talking about it. But I feel like I can't do an interview with you without bringing up the Big Bang, Miss 9A, Britain's Oondra. So let's because I feel like all the usual interviews is after how was this then, but how's the fame been since then? Are you being recognised in Tesco's when you're buying your meal deals, and is your life completely flipped a switch? Are you in Ondra's contacts now on his speed dial?
Yeah, I'm number one on his, before his girlfriend on his speed dial list. I think she messages me every now and again to say, "Bitch." No, I'm not really. He probably has absolutely zero clue who I am.
Breaking news, you heard it here first. Reggie, on a pay rise, I'm bringing the good stories here.
It's in North Wales, it's kind of like all my mates, so they just still rip the piss out of me and they don't care. I think maybe it wasn't quite when I'd done it. I'd come close to it, but I'd just done Big Issue. I went to the Peak District with my housemate Charlie, and obviously she's used to me. She just does what she does. And we were going around the outside shopping in the Peak District, and I didn't clock it, but she clocked it, and she said, "Oh, there were people doing double takes." As we were going around the shop, and she found it hilarious. And then we walked out the back through the climber shop, and there was a massive poster of me on Big Issue. So she made me stand by it and get a picture, and I was like, I feel like an idiot.
You loved it secretly.
So I don't know. I guess living where I live, I don't really think it's changed, but then I guess there's things like the Women's Climbing Symposium where I was like the headline speaker for that, and that I was like, oh, that's normally reserved for like people, like amazing people like Lynn Hill. And I was like, this feels really weird to be one of the people being the headline speakers. I was like, why? Yeah, it was weird.
It's cool. It's well deserved as well, to be fair. And if you have been living under a rock or just don't keep up with UK climbing news, Emma became the first British woman to climb 9A. Was it last year now? Or?
No, it was 2020. Oh no, it's 2019. I've even forgotten. It's like last year didn't happen because of lockdown. Yeah. It was 2019, so it's like, it's a year and a half ago now.
Because I remember, and how long was your project? Because it was quite a while. Because I remember the first time I met you was in Lower Pintroon, and you were taking burns on it, and I was like, oh my God. Because I just saw once, I was like, oh, she's so close. She's going to get it in the next couple of days. But it was still a month or two after.
It was like that for a while, actually. Because I think I first had a play on it in 2017, but it was really sporadic. Because I knew then I wasn't really good enough to be trying it properly. Then when it trained a bit, came back and could actually do more of the moves on it in 2018. So I started kind of toying with it a bit more and had other projects on the go as well. And then 2018, just after Kendall, and Mark was there taking photos of me. I literally fell off the last hard move. So basically it took another year for me actually to get through that move. I fell off quite a few times, just trying to step up onto this annoying slab at the top. Yeah. I think it kind of became a bit of a mental thing as much as anything, because I would find I was getting up to there fairly cruisily a few times.
There's a mental block at this move. One thing that impressed me, obviously the 9A climbing is impressive as well, but I remember when I was down and I was staying on your couch, and you were talking how you're going to do some red points on Big Bang. I was like, oh, that's obviously big 9A. But then you started drinking gin, and I was like, wow, Emma just drinking gin the night before 9A Big Bang. I was like, I respect that. So I bet Andre's and tucking into Stella the night before he went and tried silence. So that was something. Was that your approach, or was that just a one-off, or was it a?
I didn't stop drinking gin throughout the projecting time. I think for me, one of the big things that I always tried to maintain was that I didn't want to really change my lifestyle too much for a route. I wasn't going like totally nuts. Like I'd maybe have 1 or 2 drinks, and it wouldn't be every day. But I wasn't gonna stop myself. Like I wouldn't stop myself from having cake or chocolate or an alcoholic drink if I wanted an alcoholic drink. I obviously didn't want to be turning up at the crag hungover because that wouldn't be ideal. So I think it was like maybe 1 or 2 max.
I think it is an inspirational way, because I feel like for the more average climber, it's definitely the approach that's more widely, doable. Because I think when you see like a climber going like tea sober and just eating carrots for breakfast so they can get up their project, it can be a bit off-putting. But seeing, just the casual approach, I think it makes the accomplishment better. Yeah. So well done to you. Well done. Keep drinking that gin. Keep inspiring us all.
There was a lot of gin in lockdown, to be fair. I think we had to like curtail it a bit this year because myself and my housemate Charlie were like, we're having too much gin.
And so is that kind of, would you say that's kind of like a way, like a mental kind of, I'm sorry, we'll talk about, I just saw a mouse run past. This is the extent we're going through for this interview. There's mice joining us, special guest. Was that kind of like a part, like to help you keep motivated throughout? Is you like kind of don't change your life, or is it?
I think a bit of me I don't find crash dieting for anything particularly sustainable, and I also felt like it doesn't send a great message that that's what you've got to do, is like lose weight to do your project. And for me, it's like I almost found as well that if I had to be cutting out everything that's nice out of your diet, all the things that are bad for you, then to me it didn't feel like it was really worth it. And that I wanted to, like, obviously you kind of go with a bit more restraint to some things, and you don't have it every day or quite as frequently as you possibly would, but I did want to be cutting out everything that I enjoy. Because to me I was like, I'd just end up miserable if I did that, and then it's not fun, is it? So I wanted to keep it fun.
That's fair. As I'm sure, as I said, a lot of people can relate.